I've been having some issues with my 250 XCF stalling out at low speeds. It's mostly my fault, but I'm gonna do something to try and make it do that less anyways. I've got a Steahly 8-ounce flywheel weight, and that comes with all the stuff you see there. There's some epoxy, there's the flywheel weight, there's some other bits, and that's what I'm supposed to use to install this thing. The instructions basically say that this is a more than 26-hour job from start to finish, because you have to pull everything apart or pull the flywheel off the bike, clean everything, score it so that the epoxy has something to stick to, apply the epoxy, let it sit for 24 hours, then, if I recall correctly, put it in the oven for 2 hours, and then you can start putting everything back on the bike. So it's already the evening, and hopefully I can get through all of this stuff with relative ease, and then put everything back together tomorrow. Okay, as you can see, I've already got most of the stuff taken apart. I already loosened off this bolt with an impact driver. I've got my flywheel puller here, and I'm just going to check this out. The right size. So let's see if I can get away with this without using an impact driver. Oh, that's going to hurt my fingers if I go that way. There we go. Anything. Okay, so now that I have got the flywheel out, I'm supposed to sand from the teeth to here. My impression from reading the instructions is that this is just to make sure that the flywheel weight will fit on here. This is to remove any burrs or rust. And since there are neither of those on here, this does seem like a waste of a step. That seems good to me. Now I have to add some texture. Alright, well, you can see there I've added texture so the epoxy can grab onto something. Now everything has to air dry, and then I have to deal with epoxy and hope this whole thing works. Wait for 24 hours. I've got the Steahly 8-ounce flywheel weight, and it's epoxied on to the rotor right now. And now I have to wait for 24 hours for this thing to dry, and then I have to put it in the oven for another 2 hours, and then I can start putting my bike back together. But in the meantime, apparently I also have to take a little bit of material out of the cover, so that's another thing that I gotta deal with. Whatever, I guess I've got 24 hours to kill anyway before I can even ride, so I don't know. Quite frankly, for the amount of hassle that this item has been so far, if it's not a serious game changer for me when I'm riding, I'm not going to feel like it's worth it. I guess I'll just have to wait 2 days until I know if this whole adventure was worth all the effort. Hope it was, because otherwise I'm going to be choked.